What's going on, YouTube? Today I wanted to talk about music philosophy as far as my transition, what I'm trying to do with my music career, where I want to take it. I think today I'm bored of pretty much making hip hop, or not really bored. I'm bored of making trap music. Trap music, it's all the same pretty much, and that is what's, I guess, getting on my nerves, and it's kind of pissing me off in general. The reason why I started making hip hop, I had a lot of people to look up to. I had Jay Dilla on the boom bap sample side. I had Swiss Beats for that upbeat club tempo. I had Timberland with crazy soundscapes and sound designs. I had a lot of, producers that I looked up to that gave me a variety of music to enhance my palette as a producer. And I think today there's not a big variety, and I don't think it's really getting accepted today in this day and age of music. There is a lot of people out there that are doing different things, but it's not as prevalent. And one thing for me growing up, I've always been interested in all forms of music, whether that be hip hop, R&B, country, and another big thing is electronic music. My mother put me on house music when I was really young. When I was getting into music, she would tell me about the parties they would go to in the 80s, and she would be like, oh yeah, like we played house music a lot at our parties, or we do go-go music. So I got introduced to that at a young age. And I remember when I first started, I guess, producing, there was a video game that was on PlayStation that me and my wife, we were talking about last night, and how I kind of got started. And I used to take my PlayStation with this video game and make pretty much beats on there. The hip hop beats were real cheesy, but you can create some really good, electro house music or techno on that PlayStation. And so what I used to do was hook my audio from my PlayStation to my tape deck, and then have the video going into the TV, and then that's how I would record, I guess, little beat tapes that I would make with my PlayStation. So it's very similar to back in the day in the late 80s, early 90s, when people would do pause tapes, or they would use a 4-track recorder and just loop different sounds. I just did the same thing, but just with, what I had growing up, and that was a PlayStation. And so I see myself, since now I'm trying to transition into become a actual composer, transition into be doing, music for TV shows and movies, that I've been delving into a lot of different soundscapes, and it's kind of bringing me back to electro, bringing me back to house music. And I've been enjoying making house music again. I'll upload some tracks for you guys to hear that I've started creating. And I think for me, for my philosophy with creating music and being a music creator, is just trying different things, not sticking to one style. I understand some people stick to one style so they can master that style. Like you got Nottz. Like Nottz he's mastered sampling hip hop, sample-based hip hop. He's mastered chopping samples, the swing of the drums he has to have. Like the dude creates 10 beats a day. If you look on his Instagram, it's insane the amount of beats that this guy pops, like that just creates and just pops out of like his ass. I don't even know where he comes up with half this shit, but it's amazing. Each beat is like could be on somebody's album. So, but I enjoy too many different genres of music, and I've really been getting connected back with house music since I've been going down this IDM road and electronic music road. And so I think I will be I guess I still will be making hip hop beats, because that's still my first love. Sample bass, boom bap beats is like, I will never get away from it. But I think I want to be a little bit more add a little bit more musicality to my actual creations. And I think for me, instrumental music and house music allows me to be creative like that. And so these next couple EPs that I'm probably going to be coming out with is going to consist of my house tracks, my instrumental music, and I'm just going to start trying to fill that space up and get my name out there as a producer into the electronic world. and just doing my history. I always love to know the history of something. That's just the nerd in me. And just seeing like about house music, how it was created by, you know, these black guys in Chicago for, you know, doing in these clubs called the Warehouse. And I guess that's where they say house music came from, was that type style of music. It was in the gay clubs in Chicago. That music started in a particular club called Warehouse. And they say history wise that record stores had a section called Warehouse Music, and then it just kind of just changed into shortened it up into house music, particularly from certain DJs who produced certain songs that played in that club. So, and even if you look at like Detroit house and Detroit techno, electronic dance music was created by black people. And I really want, and I love like how big it is over in Europe and everything, but I really want to, you know, get to my roots in music and say, hey, look, I want to be a part of this too. Like, you know, these guys paved the way, and it's awesome that I can look up and have that representation as, you know, a black man seeing like, all right, I can do this music too. These guys created it. Let me follow in their footsteps and help, you know, bring the genre to even more masses, and maybe even put my own spin on it and do it differently. So I guess you can say my philosophy is always just trying new things, not sticking in one box and putting myself in a box, and experimenting. That has always probably been my philosophy when it comes to trying anything, is experimenting and seeing how I can do it my way, how I can do it, how the old people did it, and how can I twist and turn and, you know, combobulate all this stuff together to make my own sound. And I think I'm coming into my sound as far as what I want to produce, how I want to produce it. I love old gritty analog sound, and I'm kind of mimicking it in software, but I know in the future you will probably see some videos of me buying some analog gear so I can get that sound that I want. And so I want to know, what's your philosophy when it comes to listening to music and creating music? What do you look at? What do you look forward to? What do you see yourself doing to make yourself better as a musician and as, you know, a creator? How has music shaped your life?